Well, that's after a 2 week holiday. Welcome back. Great to see you all, and we look forward to moving on with electricity. Okay, so the plan. Right, look, we're working on plan A, or the plan that we expect is that we'll continue working this way for the next 6 weeks. Right, so look at where we're at. Okay, so we've done the atom in the last 4 weeks. Okay, so our plan from now on is that anything we did before this situation, before lockdown, anything we did in the building, we're putting away until next September. Okay, so we're not going back on any of that. We're not revising it. Now, normally we will be going to revision more at this stage, but we're not. We're changing the way we're doing things because I think revision isn't the best for this method. Okay, so instead of that, we're going to be doing electricity, which we would normally do in September, October. So we're bringing that forward to April, May, and we'll worry about revision in September when we'll be doing a lot of experiments and hand-on stuff when we can have hands-on again. Right, so our plan is electricity for the next 5 or 6 weeks. We will revise our atom as we go along, and we're ignoring everything else. So we're effectively doing half of the course atom and electricity, and we're ignoring all the other bits until September. Regarding assessment and so on, well, we don't know how we'll manage that, but anything that we will do will only involve the atom and electricity. Everything that we have, that you have in Google Classroom now at this stage, or you will have in Google Classroom. Okay. Just to be clear, okay, it's effectively half of the course. I looked at the 2019 paper, and if you did the 2019 paper and just did atom and electricity, well, in section A you'd have a problem in that you could only do one of the 3 questions, so that would be 10 out of 30. But in section B you could do 4 and 5/8 of the questions. Okay, so 4 full questions and 5 parts in question 5, and as it turns out also 5 parts in question 11. So effectively you would have been able to get 65 out of 70 in section B, and only 10 out of 30 in section A. So 75, so 3/4 of the marks just from atom and electricity. And that's 75, and another 20 would have been from straightforward section A questions, like, Snell's law and things like that. So it's a huge part of the course, and hugely important that we get our head around it. So our plan for the next 5 or 6 weeks is electricity. We have 3 sections. We have static, current, and electromagnetic. Now, static electricity effectively is to do with charges that are static, stopped. That'll be week 1. Week 2, current electricity, charges that are moving. Okay, current and so on. Okay, and then section 3 is what's called electromagnetism, because when charges move, they create a magnetic field. But when magnetic fields change, they cause charges to move. So you get this double effect, and this is called electromagnetism. And we've come across, obviously, electromagnetic forces already, so we can see it all linking together. Okay, so that's the plan. That's the plan for the next while. Okay, what we'll do regarding assignments is, okay, I'll give you 3 assignments a week, only 2 this week, but 3 assignments normally a week as usual. Okay, but from next week, 2 of those assignments will be on electricity or at the moment, and the 3rd assignment will be revision of the atom and obviously of what we've done electricity so far, so to kind of keep it ticking over. But remember, you have all your notes now at the touch of a button, and if you're not sure of something, you can go back and watch the clip again. Okay, so it'll be interesting. Okay, so the other factors, okay, that we want to look at, number 1 is live experiments. So we will start those. Okay, we will do live experiments. We probably won't start this Wednesday, because we're doing static this week and there's no live experiment, there's no mandatory experiment in that, so it'll be the following week we'll do that. Okay, regarding tutorials, okay, we will plan to have a tutorial, so a drop-in centre as such on Friday, and we'll come back to that, and we'll play around with it as we go. Okay, I think we need to get a situation where we're actually interacting now from now on, rather than the kind of invisible wall that's in place at the moment. But we'll talk about that as the days go on this week, and certainly next week, Wednesday of next week at the very latest, but possibly earlier, we will do our first experiment where I will do the actual experiment live. You will be there with me. Okay, you'll be taking the data. I'll be showing you the situation. You'll be taking the data. I won't be giving you the data. You'll be taking the data, and you'll be doing the experiment. You'll be sending me on your report of the experiment. Okay, so that'll be next week's work. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Okay, so that's assessments. That's those experiments and so on. So I think that's about it. Okay, don't worry about assessment. Okay, we'll worry about that as we go along. Okay, but remember, all we're worried about from now on, okay, is the atom, which we've just done, and electricity. It'll all be on that. Okay. Oh yeah, one other thing. some people in the feedback made the point that it's very hard to actually go away and learn definitions and so on if you don't have a test. Okay, so what we will do is when we have an experiment, we'll do a live test as well. Now obviously this is purely up to yourself whether you want to be honest or not about it. So what I will be doing is I'll be giving you a definitions test of whatever at the beginning of the experiment, a live experiment. You'll do it live, okay, at the time. Okay, obviously you're not supposed to be having notes beside you, but I don't know whether you do not, and you'll send that in straight away and I'll correct them as though you have been honest. And of course you have been honest. Why wouldn't you be? Okay, it's all about yourselves. Right, so that's where we're at, and that's what we're doing, and I'll be talking to you live before the end of the week, and we'll see how we go. Thanks a minute. Bye bye.